Hey there, welcome to the Windsor Star News Cafe. My name's Dylan Kristy.
And I'm Don McArthur.
We're here today to give you some of the top news stories that we're following today and things that you can expect coming up later.
Exactly. Now, there was a close call out in the county this morning. A Dodge Ram pickup overturned in a ditch, a watery ditch on Holden Road. WinStar Janice and WinStar Wilhelm were there. We have some pictures we're going to show to you right now. And Dylan, the police on the scene say it's lucky this didn't happen last week because this ditch was filled with water and this very well could have been a fatal crash.
Absolutely.
Okay, we're going to have a video photo gallery online later and some very sad news, weird news really, out of Lakeshore.
Yeah, more than 13 months after a CP freight train collided with a minivan in Lakeshore on Strong Road, the father who was driving the minivan has been charged with criminal negligence causing death. Now, of course, Andrew Williams was driving the van just before 10 a.m. on June 10th, 2012, when he crossed the tracks and was struck by the CP freight train. He had 4 of his children in the van at the time of the collision. 2 of his children, Winter and Brooklyn, suffered fatal injuries. A third child, Dryden, he has been suffered from what's described as severe and permanent injuries that have left him with physical and cognitive impairment.
Exactly. Now we have reporter Claire Brownell digging a little deeper into this story. It was just a very short OPP news release that came out this morning. They're not particularly chatty about it, but she has phoned Greg Montfortin. He's a lawyer actually representing the wife of Andrew Williams. She's filed a $9.1 million lawsuit against him and against the town,
Canadian Pacific Railway, and the town of Lakeshore.
And CP Rail. Now, at the time when we reported the story about the lawsuit, Montfortin said, look, the couple, they were still together. She was just filing this lawsuit against him as the insured driver in this case. So again, we have a call out to him for a much more detailed look at this this story. Claire Brownell writing it for tomorrow's paper.
Yeah, it's a story that resonated throughout the community. I remember when it first broke, we covered it. Dax Melmer, he was on the scene, and we're going to show you a video that he took with the collection of photos that he took that day as he spoke to OPP Constable Stephanie Monis.
At approximately 9:51 this morning, in the municipality of Lakeshore on Strong Road, just north of County Road 42, there was a crash involving a Dodge minivan and a CP rail train. At this point, we can confirm that 2 children have succumbed to their injuries. 2 other children, and all these children were in the vehicle, along with a male driver. So we have the other 2 children are in hospital being treated for undisclosed injuries at this time, as well as the male driver of the vehicle. No one was injured on the train. The conductor and the engineer were uninjured in the accident.
Okay, well, some shocking footage kind of emerged yesterday from over the weekend. It actually showed the dust from the piles of Petcoke that have been stacked on the Detroit River actually blowing over the river and into Windsor, and it didn't seem real at first.
Well, exactly. There was a lot of buzz on social media. Kieran McKenzie was throwing it out there. Was really spreading the word. And Vander Dolan even was tweeting. A lot of people thought it might have been fake because these clouds, it looked like a tornado.
Like, it did not seem like it could be legitimate. But apparently, Dave Battigelli did a great job finding some sources. He talked to the Windsor River Cruises captain, who said that they actually had to pull over because they thought there was a tornado coming. That's how they described it. But no, they actually had to dock for about 5 minutes and wait for this cloud to pass.
Now what are the odds of this? That the guy who posted this video, Randy Emerson, he's a member of Windsor on Watch. He just happened to be driving down Riverside Drive when it couldn't have been Montgomery Burns. You know what I mean? It had to be Randy Emerson driving down Riverside Drive. Boom, he pulls over, has the wherewithal, films the video, gets it out on social media, and boom, it's legit. Detroit Bulk Storage, they confirmed, usually there's an epoxy over this, over this Petcoke, but when they're moving it out, they have to remove the epoxy, and he called it a perfect storm. At that time, it causes this thing. So,
exactly. So we have a video from Emerson, the raw footage, and here it is.
Is that the Petcoke? Is that the Petcoke? No. Are you kidding me? What? Breathe it? Oh my God. Yeah. Lay odds that's Petcoke. Yes, but it's not going anywhere. I don't want to go into the Petcoke.
On the other side. And it's not even that windy. Can you imagine what would happen on a windy day?
Well, I bet you it's windy over there.
But has this ever happened before?
Yep.
Sure it has.
Why, it's dissipating now.
Now, did he or didn't he? Okay, John Murillo, the Drunken Dipper, I like to call him. Did he make it across the Detroit River? It's like our second most popular story of all time. This thing still has legs, fins, I guess, and photos have surfaced showing Murillo what he looks like he's on the other side of the Detroit River, happy, smiling because he's made the thing. Some people still don't believe he did it. I'm convinced. I don't think it's a hoax. I think he made it across.
Yeah, there was never a doubt in my mind. As you remember, last week, John Murillo claimed that he jumped in Detroit River after telling people all his life that he could easily swim across and back. Right near Walker Road, he swam across, got out at the Rensen, and that's where the photos were taken. There's pictures of him climbing, scaling the ladder, getting up onto the sidewalk there. He has a picture with another bystander there, and then...
No, remember, he claimed he did this after 8 beers.
After 8 beers, but he says he wasn't drunk, that these were 8 beers spaced
over
out
a
throughout the
protracted
day.
period of time, yeah.
But he got out, and he actually kind of hung out there for a little while because he thought that he would be picked up by the border services.
Waited for 20 minutes for Homeland Security.
And then when no one came, he figured, well, how else am I going to get back? Because he's actually not allowed in Michigan either. He's not allowed to cross the border because of having given his brother his ID years ago. So, and he tried to cross the border. So yeah, after that he swam back, and the Canadian the U.S. Coast Guard picked him up just on the Canadian side, about, I want to say about 500 meters offshore.
Yeah. So anyway, like, have a look at the pictures. Let us know what you think. I posted it to my Facebook. Joe O'Brien, like, he beat me up right away, like, you know, saying like he didn't believe, you know, that this guy did it. I actually spoke with Murillo last week. I was trying to actually get him in here, come sit in the red chair in the news cafe, and he sort of didn't want to do it. He's a very unassuming guy. He wasn't boastful. I mean, his big message that he wanted to get across is, don't do what I did, kids. Whatever you do, do not try this at home. And part of that is because he's facing a $25K fine, you know, potentially from the Windsor Harbor Master, and he's doing his best to discourage others from following suit there.
Yeah, no, he's a pretty good advocate for not doing it, because we don't know what the full what charges he'll actually face, but the one he could face up to $5,000 to $25,000 fine just from swimming in a shipping channel. So not worth it.
Yeah, exactly. Plus, obviously, it's a very dangerous thing to do.
Absolutely.
So kids, don't try it at home.
Go.
Okay. The election, Dylan. You worked on an infographic, you know, all through the day yesterday, showing the Windsor-Tecumseh by-election, how people have voted, really in the last 5 elections, and it's nothing but Liberal.
That's right. Well, yeah, we have the by-election tomorrow in Windsor-Tecumseh, and yeah, Liberals have had a stronghold, of course, with Dwight Duncan being the incumbent there for so many years. But with him out, he's had Jivan Gill, who stepped up to kind of take his place. Also running is Andrew Brandon of the Freedom Party, Robert DeVertai for the Progressive Conservatives, Percy Hatfield, the NDP, Dan Dominato from the Libertarians, Lee Watson from the Family Coalition Party, and Adam Wright of the Green Party.
No, exactly. You know, they all came in here. Emma Loop, you know, she was sort of interviewing all the candidates. They came in to the Windsor Star News Cafe last week, and a Forum Research poll came out. It's going to be Hatfield and a cakewalk, is what they said. They interviewed 381 adults they surveyed, and 55% of them were going to vote for Hatfield. 20% were going to vote for the PC candidate, so they would actually come in second. And the Liberals, in the former finance minister's riding, Gill only had 15%. He was going to come third. So if that comes to pass tomorrow, is the election, and the Liberals finish third, man, what a shellacking. They're going to have to do some soul searching there.
Yeah, what an upset. So yeah, check that out. We have all the videos online, and it'll be great.
Okay, we'll see you tomorrow, Election Day. Get out there and vote if you live in Windsor-Tecumseh. This has been WinStar Cafe.